Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's tutorial is going to be a rather simple one as I'm trying out a couple new things with the channel, such as the intro and background music. So I want to keep the tutorial simple and straight to the point. Now this one right here is the one we'll be doing today, and this is how it looks when it's actually posted in Discord. Just keep in mind those little white stars are not going to show up well in the light theme. So without any further delay, let's get right into the tutorial. You can start off by going to File, New, and then we'll be doing 1200 by 530. And this canvas size is much larger than we actually need, but I always make it larger than necessary just so we have extra wiggle room if we need it. Now hit the plus sign to create a new layer. Go to backgrounds and then click delete on your keyboard to remove it because we don't need it. Now go over to your rounded rectangle tool and just drag this down. Now to pop this up with extra options, I'm just holding down on the left mouse button and that pops right up for me. For this main base, we're going to be making a couple adjustments to the properties to get it more in line with what we need. If you don't see the properties tab, simply come over to window, go down to properties, click it, it's going to pop up here and you can either leave it there or drag it and dock it to the side. Once properties is opened up, we're going to come over to the width and we're going to make this 930, and as for the heights, we're going to make this 240. Now the corners, we want these at 46 pixels. Come back to our move tool, hold shift, and just drag that to the center. Though I did just notice this is set on link, so make sure that's not linked, otherwise it's going to keep on messing that up. The width, make sure it is staying at 930. Don't want that moving around. So hold shift and then just drag this around until it is centered. Perfect. Now the color we want to use for this one is going to be pink, and I have that color right here, F78CFD. Click OK. Now take this cloud, drag that in, do Ctrl T on your keyboard, come to the edges and just drag down, move it around here, hold shift. Now our cloud is upside down, but we can go ahead and adjust this down. And hold shift if necessary so it actually changes proportionally. Now we'll move the cloud to around there, make it a bit smaller, just like so. Now right click on the cloud, go to blending options, color overlay, and we'll be using that same exact pink. Click OK, click OK. Let's actually move all of this down until it is just like that. Now we can do Ctrl G and call this the base. Right click on the eyeball and let's make that orange. Now create a new layer, come over to your rounded rectangle tool and once again just drag it down. Now come over to properties and we're going to make a couple adjustments. For this one we want 195 by 195. There we go, and the corners once again at 46 pixels. And then just drag it up and make sure it is always centered. Make sure you're of course on the move tool the entire time. Now the color we want to use for this one is going to be the following 5957AB. Click OK, and now we're going to Ctrl J, drag this over. For this one, we're going to have it at width of 630. And of course the height is going to remain the same, so these two are nearly identical. And just drag it left to right until the corners match up, and use the arrow keys on your keyboard to make 1 pixel adjustments as necessary. Now click both of these. I'm clicking this one, then Control click the one below it to select both. Do Ctrl G and call this the slots, or whichever you prefer. Now right click on the eyeball and let's make this yellow just to keep ourselves organized. Now we're going to come in here, right click on the first one, go to blending options, come over to inner shadow, opacity 39, 6, 0, and 18. Click OK. Now right click, copy layer style, and paste it on the one below it. We'll call this the text section. I'm just double clicking, by the way, to change the name, and we'll call this the icon section. We can collapse this, and then collapse that. Now we can create a new layer once again. Let's put this over there. Just do Ctrl G and call this the miscellaneous decor. And this is where we'll put the sun and the moon. Let's drag in our moon, Ctrl T to adjust it down. Make sure you hold Shift so it adjusts proportionally. Let's put the moon at about there. Now right click on your moon, go to blending options, color overlay, and we will use the following color, F8ED72. Click OK, right click, rasterize layer style, double click and call it moon. Now right click on the eyeball and let's make that violet. Now this base layer, let's make sure we name this the cloud and base. Go to the cloud. Did I rasterize it? Make sure you rasterize it. Just move the cloud over until it intersects the moon about like that. Now come back to your moon and then control click on the thumbnail of the cloud copy and then just do delete. Now delete the cloud copy and now we have our moon cut out a tad. Now we can go ahead and bring in our stars. Let's do Ctrl V and paste that. Now Ctrl T to adjust it down. Let's put our first star right around here. Let's do Ctrl G and name this stars. Ctrl J and this will be our next star. Let's put it right about there, adjust it down. Ctrl J to have a star right up here. And Ctrl J, Ctrl T, put one more right over there. Now when we return to this base layer, we're going to make a copy of this color right here, then do Ctrl J on the base. We'll call this the regular base, and then the base shadow. The base shadow we want at the purple color, and then just use your arrow keys to adjust it around. So down, right, and so on and so forth until it is about at that distance. As a final touch, we'll close out of this, that, and that one. Create a new layer, Ctrl G, editing variables. Right click on the eyeball, let's make this green, and we'll drag in the Discord logo. For some reason, my Photoshop does not like dragging in today, so I'm just going to do this instead. And then Ctrl T and then adjust it down till it fits over here. We'll call this the icon. Let's create a new layer. And then this one we'll call rules. Make sure the color is set to white. And the font we want to use is called Bold. And of course I'll have this available in the description for you to install yourself. And let's just adjust this, maybe a bit larger. And make sure it is all centered. Perfect. When you actually save this, go to your rectangular marquee tool, highlight over the entire thing, edit, copy merged, file, new, creates, Ctrl V, delete the backgrounds. You can either do file, export, save for web, to compress it, or just file, save as, and choose PNG. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have another tutorial linked up at the end that you might find interesting to watch. And I hope you all have an awesome day.